This is CBS 4 News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 6 o'clock on this Thursday, March 28th. I'm Lauren Pastrana.
And I'm Carly Barnett. Maribel Rodriguez is off this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Let's get a check now of your traffic and weather together, beginning with meteorologist Dave Warren, who is in for Lisette with this windy start this morning.
Don't
Dave.
say Wednesday.
No,
Thursday
we're not
already.
going backwards.
We're going forwards. Yeah, windy weather today, and it's a little calmer here overnight. But
we continue to follow a developing story out of Southwest Miami-Dade. That's where police are investigating a deadly double shooting at a gas station. It happened overnight at a gas station near Bird Road and Southwest 117th Avenue.
That is where we find CBS 4's Riel Creighton. She joins us live with what we know so far. Riel.
Well, Carly and Lauren, yeah, this is a deadly double shooting that happened CBS 4 this morning.
Riel, thank you. Now at 6:03, a public defender is sucker punched while on the job, and it's all caught on camera. This morning, the controversy over what led up to this and what some say could have prevented it. The Broward sheriff and the public defender are at odds over who's to blame for yesterday's incident.
But this morning, BSO says it's taking action about how it handles inmates. 27-year-old William Green is facing additional battery charges after he punched an assistant public defender, Julie Chase. He was being held under the Baker Act, and the public defender's office says he never should have been taken to jail. But Sheriff Gregory Toney says the public defender's office had suggested relaxed security measures that may have led up to this.
We can't have public defenders being hurt, harmed, or injured for sake of ensuring that the inmates look as though as they're not guilty.
I am outraged at the lack of security, the lack of protocols, the lack of ability to identify and appropriately handle people that are experiencing mental illness.
Now, all inmates will be in handcuffs when they go before a judge. The assistant public defender is doing okay this morning, but she says she'll take a few days off of work. In other news this morning, 2 men accused of leading Miami Beach police on a chase that led to a deadly crash are in jail this morning. Timothy Bowers and Richard Wallace both appeared in court yesterday afternoon. Investigators say a police cruiser crashed into a woman's car and 2 other cruisers on Monday night while chasing these men. Police say they were in a stolen BMW. The woman, 68-year-old Yvonne Reyes, died at the hospital. Both suspects face several charges this morning. And a guilty plea today for a man caught with an arsenal of weapons in his truck in Miami Beach. 32-year-old James Goldhammer of South Dakota was arrested back in October. Police officers found him sleeping behind the wheel of his truck on Ocean Court. Inside the vehicle, they found handguns, a rifle, ammunition, body armor, and other items. He now faces up to 10 years in federal prison. Happening today, the Miami Marlins open their 2019 season at home versus the Colorado Rockies.
The upgrades to the stadium are complete. The 25-man roster is set, and it's almost time to play ball. The team hosted a workout yesterday, and some very excited fans were allowed to check it out. They got an early look at some of the changes to the stadium. The team says 2019 is the start of a new era. Pitcher Jose Urena will start today's game, and everyone says they're excited.
Well, hopefully their play. I mean, and that's really what you want, guys. It's not what they say, it's not what they tweet out or anything on social media. It's really more the way they play. And you hope fans will appreciate that.
Well, the first pitch is set for 4:10, but the festivities will kick off around 1:30. Maybe, Lauren, if we can get a little nap in, maybe we can make it. We'll see.
4:30 is not too bad for us. My husband's going, and he's going with his dad, as he's done every year. That's their tradition. I can't wait till they can start taking my son.
Yeah.
And get a real break. Looking forward to that. Coming soon.
That's what you're looking forward to, right?
Exactly. 6:08 right now, and one lucky ticket holder won the Powerball jackpot. Find out where the winning ticket was sold.
It wasn't me. A woman caught on camera throwing punches and attacking a driver with a bumper. What fueled her attack? Next.
Plus, a chaotic scene, a shooting investigation extending several blocks in Seattle. The very latest on the situation next in our News Across America.
The man who plowed his car into a crowd of people in Charlottesville, Virginia in 2017 has pleaded guilty to federal hate crime charges. James Field Jr. was already convicted on state charges for the attack. As part of his plea, prosecutors took the death penalty off the table. Fields drove his car through people counter-protesting a white nationalist rally. One person died. In court yesterday, Fields admitted that he violated federal hate crime laws when he targeted the group. And this morning, the FAA and other investigators will be on the scene of a deadly helicopter crash in Texas. It killed a firefighter and injured 2 other people. The chopper was chartered by the U.S. Forest Service to monitor a controlled burn. It went down about 50 miles outside of Houston. There was heavy smoke in the area when the chopper went down, but officials have not said yet if that's for sure what caused the crash.
And this may have happened before. The victim's wife says that he and the suspect have a child together.
There's a lot to take in there. Well, this morning, one person is nearly $770 million richer. The bad news, not here in South Florida, not me. The winning ticket was sold in Wisconsin. Whoever bought it won the 3rd largest jackpot in U.S. lottery history. If they take the cash option, they'll walk away with $477 million. If you didn't beat the 1 in 293 million odds of winning, don't worry. Take a look at the numbers. You could still win a smaller prize. I'll take a smaller prize.
Smaller is just fine with me as well. 6:16 right now, the final preparations for the Ultra Music Festival just ahead.
Plus, just announced 2 extra hours of Game of Thrones. What's trending this morning is next. Let's check in on the hot topics that are trending this morning on social media. The final season of Game of Thrones has not even started yet, but HBO, they already know fans are going to want more.
Yeah, that's
right?
a pretty safe bet, of course. So you get 2 extra hours of Game of Thrones, kind of. HBO will air, not exactly the show, but they're going to air a 2-hour documentary about the TV series' final season 1 week after the show's finale. So right when you're feeling that GOT withdrawal, you will get some more. Game of Thrones: The Last Watch will take viewers behind the scenes as British filmmaker Janie Finlay spent a year with the cast and crew chronicling the creation of the series' grueling final season. It feels like there's been so much build-up to this season that I really hope fans are going to be disappointed because they are really pumped up about it. The show's director says it definitely lives up to the hype. That's what the director says. Game of Thrones returns April 14th. I would hope the director would say that.
I was about to say, I have a feeling he would think that.
Yeah, Game of Thrones: The Last Watch will air on May 26th at 9 p.m. on HBO, so be sure to set your DVR for that 1 extra week of GOT goodness.
Confession here, I've never seen Game of Thrones, so
I watch it.
Maybe I need to study up a little bit.
And people think I'm crazy. They're like, how do you keep up with what's going on? My husband just fills in the gaps for me. That's how I watch.
Speaking of things to watch, Carol Burnett's life story of a working mother who became one of TV's most successful comedians is coming to the movies. Carrie and Me will be told through the eyes of her late daughter, Carrie Hamilton, who died of a drug overdose at the age of 38. Now, Burnett, of course, is one of CBS's biggest stars. Her Emmy Award-winning variety show ran on the network for more than a decade.
So talented.
We are posting cool photos and videos all day long on our CBS Miami Facebook page.
And CBS This Morning is coming up at 7 right here on CBS 4.
Bianna Golodriga joins us live from the CBS This Morning studio in New York City. Good morning, Bianna. What are you working on today?
Good morning, Carly and Lauren. Ahead on CBS This Morning, we'll see at 7. Makes me feel a little better. No, I'm not always lazy.
So that must mean we're just smarter, wiser, creative.
All right, I'm intrigued. Bianna, thanks so much.
Bye.
There you go. That's a good tease. We like that. Of course, that and a lot more coming up next on CBS This Morning. Remember, it gets underway at 7 a.m. only right here on CBS 4.
This is CBS 4 News This Morning.
Developing at 6:30, 2 people shot and killed at a gas station in southwest Miami-Dade. We're live with the latest on the investigation and details of the suspect police have in custody.
Plus, a cry for help. The wife of opposition leader Juan Guaido meets with President Trump. The latest on the crisis in Venezuela and the possibility of military action.
And a live look outside on this Thursday morning. Still windy across South Florida. And check out what that wind looked like at sundown right outside our studios in Doral there. The winds only getting stronger. 6:30 on this Thursday, March 28th. Good morning. I'm Lauren Pastrana.
And I'm Carly Barnett. Maribel Rodriguez is off this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, and we were just talking about Marlins opening day. They luckily have that roof.
The roof is there. No, there'll be activity on the radar. So I can't speak for the Marlins. They might want to close it. Maybe close it, turn the heat on. It's like 60 degrees out there, you know, warm things up a little bit. Yeah, so there are showers. It is a little cooler this morning, and the breeze continues.
That's a look at traffic. Carly, back to you.
Chris, thank you. We continue to follow a developing story out of southwest Miami-Dade. That is where police are investigating a deadly double shooting at a gas station.
It happened overnight at a gas station near Bird Road and Southwest 117th Avenue.
That is where we find CBS 4's Riel Creighton. She joins us live with what we know so far. Riel.
Well, Carly and Lauren.
Here's a look now at some of your other Thursday morning headlines. The Broward Sheriff and the public defender are at odds this morning over who's to blame for an inmate punching an assistant public defender. 27-year-old William Green punched Julie Chase yesterday morning in bond court. The public defender's office says the inmate should have never been taken to jail since he was being held under the Baker Act. The assistant public defender is doing okay, but will take a few days off of work. Now Green faces additional battery charges. And 2 men accused of leading Miami Beach police on a chase that led to a deadly crash are in jail this morning. Investigators say a police cruiser crashed into a woman's car and 2 other cruisers Monday night while chasing Timothy Bowers and Richard Wallace. Police say they were in a stolen BMW. The woman, 68-year-old Yvonne Reyes, died at the hospital. Both suspects face several charges. And a Senate panel is questioning the acting FAA administrator about the approval process for the Boeing 737 MAX, which crashed twice overseas in 5 months. Dan Elwell is promising to make changes in the oversight of aviation safety. Boeing says it will require additional training on the 737 MAX before pilots will be allowed to fly it again. And today is opening day. The Miami Marlins opened their 2019 season at home against the Colorado Rockies. The team hosted a workout yesterday and some eager fans were allowed to check it out. The team says 2019 is the start of a new era. First pitch is set for 4:10, but festivities kick off at 1:30. A tentative date is set for the retrial of Jonathan Aletta, the North Miami police officer who shot at a man with autism who was holding a toy and instead wounded his caretaker. Earlier this month, the jury found Aletta not guilty on 1 charge, but they were deadlocked on 3 other charges, including attempted manslaughter. The judge was forced to declare a mistrial. Aletta's retrial is expected to begin on June 3rd.
Time now for our weekly series, Miami Proud. Every Thursday, we bring you stories that feature people and organizations inspiring greatness and pride.
This morning, CBS 4 News anchor Elliot Rodriguez shows us how one nonprofit is a haven for 4-legged friends in need of homes.
That's a look at traffic. Carly, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. Speaking of the roads, as the weather gets warmer around the country, AAA is urging customers to get ready for the higher gas prices. AAA says more people are hitting the highways for spring and summer break, making the demand for fuel even higher. And more demand, of course, means higher cost.
If you're on the West Coast, you could see it increase a little bit more, but more states in the southern part of the country will definitely see that 10-cent increase.
Well, despite the increase, AAA says prices are actually lower than they were this time last year, but unfortunately, prices not expected to go lower anytime soon. Moving on now to an all-new edition of Taste of the Town. How about that segue? This morning, a new hip eatery in Fort Lauderdale is serving up some modern Mexican cuisine with a side of rooftop city views.
Yeah, it's also getting praise. It's handcrafted, creative cocktails. Sound delicious. CBS 4's Lisa Petrillo takes us to Bar Rita.
CBS 4 News.
Looks good. Bar Rita is located at 1401 South Andrews Avenue in Fort Lauderdale.
6:52 now. Another check on this morning's headlines is next.
Including a developing story out of Southwest Miami-Dade where police are investigating a deadly double shooting at a gas station. Live update just ahead.
And you didn't win last night's $770 million Powerball jackpot, but you could still win some cash. Here's a look at your winning lottery numbers.
Developing this morning, police are investigating a deadly double shooting at a gas station in Southwest Miami-Dade.
CBS 4's Riel Creighton is live on the scene with an update. Riel.
Lauren and Carly, a man and a woman are dead. CBS 4 this morning.
Thank you, Riel. And here are some of the other stories making headlines. New this morning, Miami-Dade police say the driver of that red Corvette who led them on a chase overnight is now in custody. Police say he was wanted for assaulting an officer. The driver led police on a chase and bailed out in the city of Miami. He was bitten by a police dog and taken to the hospital.
The Broward Sheriff and the public defender are at odds over who's to blame for an inmate punching an assistant public defender. 27-year-old William Green punched Julie Chase yesterday morning in bond court. The public defender's office says the inmate should have never been taken to jail since he was being held under the Baker Act. The assistant public defender is doing okay today and will take a few days off work. Now Green faces additional battery charges.
And today is opening day. The Miami Marlins opened their 2019 season at home against the Colorado Rockies. The team hosted a workout yesterday and some excited fans were allowed to check it out. The team says 2019 is the start of a new era First pitch is set for 4:10, but festivities kick off at 1:30.
All right, they're called the Boys of Summer, but it is still springtime, and I gotta say, I like what we've been feeling so far, even if it is a little windy.
Touch cool, but not too bad. There's a breeze. That's the issue here today, and the wind continues to gust. So look at these numbers coming in lower.
All right, opening day and also National Something on a Stick Day.
Something on a stick day. All right, so corn dog maybe at the
corn
baseball
dogs,
game.
popsicles.
Marshmallows,
ice cream.
Oh yeah,
endless possibility.
Endless.
Sounds good. Now I'm very hungry. Good thing the show is over. We'll see you later for an update. CBS This Morning is next.